Mr. Show Out TV Recovery and Addiction YouTube channel where we hope to inspire those battling addiction. Please subscribe and like the channel. Make sure you click the notification bell to get notified whenever we broadcast. Thank you and enjoy the show. To support the channel, you can send donations to Cash App $Mr. Show Out TV. So please don't wait, subscribe now. Together we can help and give inspiration to millions of people.
What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Show Out TV, and we right back at it again with another good episode. We will be discussing walking with the dead in addiction. And today I have a very, very special friend of mine. I recently just linked up with this very special person. Her name is Taylor, and she will be joining me today, and we will be talking about, the things that goes on with addiction, especially around the holidays. We got mental health. We got depression. A lot of people go through depression and mental health during around these times. A lot of people have lost loved ones. A lot of people have certain things and certain stories that goes along with the holidays that can also trigger certain people. I will be your host today. This is Mr. Show Out TV. We are doing great, y'all. This show, the channel, YouTube is really taking off. But today, the title is Walking with the Dead in Addiction. Now, we all have gone through a lot of things with us in addiction. Sometimes we wander around with the loss. It feels like when we in our addiction, we just wandering around with in no return. So today we will be discussing that. Let me get into it. Taylor, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Thank you so very, very much. Can you tell the audience and the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I am Taylor. I'm 36 years old, and I now identify as an alcoholic. As of today, I have 170 days sober, and my life has changed dramatically. Like, if God can do this for me in 170 days, I give all glory and thanks to God, because I would not be here in my right mind. I'm not locked up. I'm not in a psych ward. I'm thriving, and I never even thought that I wanted to be sober, and now I can't even imagine life any other way. But I'm originally born in Indiana, grew up south suburbs of Chicago. I've been in New York for the last 20 years, and on top of all of that, I'm a mom of 5. I've been married for 12 years, and I'm a nurse, and I didn't have any of the typical childhood traumas that people associate with people that become alcoholics and addicts. I had a very good family, very supportive, still do. I grew up pretty normal, like nothing crazy happened in my life, and I've always, since college, I started drinking. I wasn't one that was doing drugs and or alcohol in middle and high school, but I started drinking in college into my adult life, and it was never an issue until it was. And it was very well, I would say, controlled. Back in the day, I would be proud of, how much I could drink and still be standing. I could outdrink anybody, and anybody could tell you about that. Like, oh, Taylor's not gonna bother nobody. I wasn't violent. I didn't drink and drive. And like, oh, she just gonna fall asleep. What I didn't realize is that I've been blackout drinking since I started drinking. And, 1 or 2 days a week, not a big a deal till it becomes 7 days a week. And of course, COVID happened, and I discovered the Drizzly app, and I didn't even have to leave my house to get alcohol delivered. And alcohol is just so socially acceptable. Like, it's not frowned upon. Nobody looks at you crazy if you having 2-3 glasses of wine. Or for me, my drink was Tito's vodka once I switched from tequila. And during COVID, that isolation, I was working from home, kids home. It was like, 5 o'clock, let me walk to the kitchen and get to the bar. And then it became, just over time, I still try to rack my brain. Like, when did something switch in me that I just didn't want to be sober? Like, I was waiting, looking at the clock. Is it 5 o'clock? Is it 5 o'clock? I'm ready to go drink. And then it became weekends. It started being from Friday until Monday morning. And then it just started, like, it literally just took me over. And, I was a teen mom. I have overcome so many different, struggles in my life. And alcohol tried to take me out, like, completely. I, started putting myself in some very, dangerous situations, not really considering, I've always put my kids and my family first. And I was just kind of like in this fuck it mindset of like, I just want to be drunk and nobody can stop me. I'm only hurting myself. This time last year, I was so depressed. My anxiety was through the roof, and the thought of being sober, like, just scared the hell out of me. And I didn't want to be sober. And I was very much in denial, like, oh, I just need to control it. I just need to, get back to drinking socially. And when I finally made the decision, I had someone that I knew that completed suicide this actually a year ago today. And that was one of the first times that, I had to tell my kids that this person was gone, and this was somebody that they worked with and looked up to. And it took something out of me, and it took me to a very, very dark place. And I, this was the time when I started binging, and I started just disappearing for days. I would book a hotel, wouldn't tell anybody where I was. I wouldn't answer the phone. So, people are worried about me above anything. They know that I'm struggling, and they're just like, we don't care if you're drinking. We just want to know that you're alive. And I'm like, well, I didn't care. I definitely put, my kids saw this, that's what bothers my heart more than anything, is that my kids saw me, they know mommy, thank God they know me, that I haven't always been that way. And it was very short-lived, compared to others that have been in their addiction for 20, 30 years. Mine was really like a hot year and a half. But with that, I just kept making poor decisions. Like, I couldn't find myself. I was losing control. I'm a control freak. Nothing was going my way. Like, I was just ready to give up. And I remember laying in bed for days feeling like there was a boulder on my chest. I remember it taking all the energy to just get up and take a shower, get dressed, like, just aimless. Like, I felt like I had no purpose. My life was falling apart. And, I kept trying to do what I do. I got a job. Okay, great. We all know I can get a good job. I got a job. I messed that up because I was too busy in my addiction. I got another job. And then I started overworking. I was doing like 12, 13 days straight. And then, I'm like, oh, well, I got this under control. I got, I'm good now. And I just kept lying to myself. And I'm a very real, like, straight up person. And, thankfully, I do have some really amazing friends and family, because they were like, girl, you need to get it together. But I'm the one that's always had it together. So when I didn't, everybody was kind of like, what the fuck do we do now? Like, what is going on with Taylor? Nobody knew I didn't know how to respond to it. So, fast forward through 2021, I got tired of my own shit, and I was just like, this is not the life that, I want. I said, I cannot let my kids bury me because mommy couldn't stop drinking. So I said, you know what? I made a call. I was in Syracuse, New York. I quit my job. I didn't know why. I don't even know why I quit my job, but I did. I'm glad I did now. I mean, I loved it, but it wasn't the time. I needed to take a step back. And there's a million treatment centers in between Rochester and Syracuse, New York, and California. And they're like, we have a bed available for you. We can have you on a flight at 5. And I just went silent. Because when they said, are you willing to travel for treatment? I'm like, well, yeah, just quit my job. I'm thinking like New York City, Philly, Ohio. They said California. So I said, oh, okay. And I was quiet for a second. And they were like, are you still there? I said, yeah. I knew that was that very small window that everybody talks about. If I didn't go right then and there, I wasn't going to go. And I don't know, at the rate that I was drinking, not eating for days. And like, I had probably lost like 40, 50 pounds. Like, I looked sick. I just wasn't well. And if I wouldn't have made the decision to get on that plane, I can't tell you that I would still be here today, because that's how bad. Like, if a handle of Tito's, if it lasted me 48 hours, it was a good 48 hours. Like, I could kill that by myself, and I'm not that big anymore. So I made that call. I came out here to treatment, and, you know, I'm like everybody else. I'm like, well, 30, 45 days, they're going to fix me, and I'll go home. They were like, you know, it's at least a 30, 45 day commitment. So mentally, I'm like, okay, all right. I detoxed at home like a crazy person. I do not recommend. I am a healthcare professional. Detoxing off of alcohol can kill you. It is very unsafe. So do not do that. You need to be under medical supervision. You can die. Like detoxing from opioids, it sucks, it hurts, but alcohol will kill you. So I'm blessed that I just made it through that. But I got on that plane and I flew to DC. I hate that airport. But I had to get wheeled around the airport. I collapsed in the first airport. That's how weak I was. And, you know, I got people looking at me. They weren't going to let me fly. They were like, you need to go to the hospital. I said, no, I'm going for medical treatment. Please just I will not move. Wheel me to the gate. They had to wheel me through TSA. I got on that plane from DC, flew into LAX, and my life has not been the same. I had that impression of 30 to 45 days. I only told my parents that I was coming. I didn't tell anybody else until I got here, because I didn't want anybody in my ear of like, you know, why are you going all the way out there? Because anything at that moment, I was looking for an out. So if I could have made it work and made it make sense, I would have been against it. So I only told my parents. I got on that plane with my duffel bag and my suitcase. I was not prepared for California weather, nothing. Like, I just said, I'm a hustler. I'll figure it out. Like, I'm not worried about it. And I got through, I started doing groups, and when I came out here, I left my ego, I left my pride, I left my self-will, I left all that shit in New York. I left that shit at the airport when I collapsed. I came out here to save my life. I bullshitted people, I bullshitted myself for so long that when I'm listening to these professionals now, I'm talking, I'm opening up. I was in therapy before, but I was just sitting there complaining about my day, or, you know, how my kids were acting up, or, you know, this is going on in my marriage. I wasn't ever talking about me. And then when I'm in treatment, they're like, oh, you have codependency. I'm like, no, I don't. They're like, oh, you have love sex addiction. I'm like, no, I don't. They're like, you were an alcoholic before you ever touched the substance. And I was like, and I shared that with my mom, and I told her about just my very overachieving, over compulsive behavior, gotta have things my way. And when I started reading, and those words, that insanity was so real. I'm like, am I being punked? Was somebody like following me around, watching me? And, you know, I didn't get into trouble. I was pretty safe, but like, it just wasn't me. And like, all I can say is that the promises are absolutely real. Like, I took treatment seriously. I carried a notebook every day, every group. And I told people, like, yeah, I'm in California, but it was not easy. Like, it was 6-7 hours a day of treatment, therapy, groups, meetings. Like, it was very intense, but I think that's what saved my life. And I'm not going to say just that program, but God put his hands over my life, and he led me out here. And I felt like right now it's my due diligence that's why I made the decision to stay. So I have not been back home. I miss my family and my friends like so much, but I am so much better sober and here, because I was present physically, but I wasn't really there. Like, I couldn't tell you how many mistakes I made, how much stuff I don't remember, how many things I've said that I have no idea. Like, I started drinking and becoming a whole different person that's just not me. And it wasn't fun anymore. Like, I can't pinpoint that day and time, but it wasn't fun. And I was never a person that really had hangovers. I didn't really withdraw like that. So I didn't have those like, oh, I woke up with the shakes and I got a drink. Like, no, I wanted to drink. I wanted to get fucked up. And I'm like,
yeah, that's how I was.
That was part of the problem. People are like, oh, you can't stop. I'm like, I could if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I'm very headstrong. I'm very stubborn. But alcohol got it, man. Like, I'm just like, all right, bro, you got it. Because this is, it's so crazy, because when I say this hits all walks of life, it does not matter your color, your age, your education level, I've worked in the field for years. Like, I have experience working in addiction treatment, rehabilitation, and it still took me a long time to just be like, yo, I have a problem. Like, this is not okay. And once I said that, it was like, it was freeing because I gave it to God. Like, I actually just got baptized. I called my mom. I was like, have I ever been baptized? She's like, I don't think so. I'm like, I want to get baptized. I got baptized in September, and you know, I know that the devil comes at you harder every time you get saved, whenever you get baptized. And I'm not gonna say every day that I've been sober has been peaches and cream, because that would be a complete lie, because life is still really fucking lifey. And that's the best way I can say it. But my perspective, like when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is thank God that I'm sober. Like, I remember what I did last night. I don't have to ask nobody. I don't have to make no phone calls. I'm present, I'm learning, I am growing, like I'm getting more into the word. And I don't know if this was God's way of telling me to sit my ass down, but he set me down, he laid me down, and everybody's rock bottom is different. But I don't know, I keep saying, I just physically don't know that my body would have been able to hang on if I would have kept going at the pace that I was going. So I'm just blessed. I'm thankful. 170 days today. I make sure I go get my chips every month. And one guy told me, he was like, get your chip for you, each one for your kids and your family members. I said, bro, I'll be going for 2 weeks. So I calm it down. I just give my one. But I'm just so blessed and thankful to be here. I'm happy to, you know, share. I hope that, you know, some part of what I say, you know, resonates with somebody, because like, it's okay. And even in the Black community, like, it is okay to ask for help. It's okay to throw your hands up. I believe in God, but I also believe in science. I think God gave us science. There are people that need, you know, medications to balance out their chemicals in their brain so that they can function clearly. It's okay to talk to a stranger and get help and get guidance. It's okay to meditate. It's okay to pray. It's okay to do all of that. Like, everybody's healing looks different. And I just think it's super important that you find what works for you. You find the people, you find your community. And if the table that you want to sit at doesn't exist, fucking build it. Because that's what I'm doing. I don't know anybody out here outside of, you know, interactions that I've made. My closest family is literally in Indiana. So I am 3,000 miles away, and I'm out here. And every single day I get up and I push, but I push because God is holding me up. I'm not doing this by myself, and I know that. So my biggest suggestion is just ask for help. Don't let people get in your head. You know what you need for you, and you got to make something work for you, because your life is worth it. And, you know, we see these celebrities, the money, the fame, none of that stuff matters. Like, it doesn't. When you go home and sit with yourself at night, and you can't sit with yourself, who cares if you got $10 million in the bank? Like, it doesn't fucking matter. So you gotta be real with yourself. You gotta get real with the issues, the resentments that you carry in yourself. You gotta realize why you don't want to sit with yourself in order to move forward. Without uncovering all of that, you're not gonna make it. So I don't say that to be discouraging. I just say that to recommend that people really just take that look in the mirror. And if you are having a hard time looking in the mirror, then you know it's time. Like, it's time to do something different, because they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, a different result.
Outcome.
So here I am. My life is flipped completely upside down. I have always had my kids since I was 15 years old. I'm out here by myself. Like, I miss the fuck out of my kids. I miss my family. I miss my friends. I miss my enemies. I miss everybody. Like, I miss it all. But you know, I'm doing this for me. This is the first time in 20 years that I am putting me first, and I had to let that guilt and that shame go. And, you know, it hurt. And I'm not going to sit here and say I don't cry. Like, I'm not even a crying type person. Sometimes I'll just feel tears, and I'm like, why? And they're like, it's okay to feel. It's okay. And I'm a person that doesn't feel. Anybody can tell you, like, I don't cry. I'm like, oh, feelings don't pay no bills. We don't got time for that. And I wasn't raised like that, so I don't even know where that came from. But you know, just feeling your feelings, not having to justify your existence. Like, I'm just getting more comfortable. I'm 36 and I'm exploring, I'm learning who I am. I'm trying to figure that out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so old, but I'm really, like, at the end of the day, I'm not. Like, life begins when it begins, when we figure that out. So like, I'm just happy to be here. Thank you for having me. And I hope that, somebody gets something from my experience and, can hopefully save somebody's life ultimately.
Thank you for that testimony. That was great. I'm going to just be honest with you. I love the way you just shared that with us, because that is definitely, I know there is definitely somebody out there that will take something from that, will get something from that. Y'all, we got to understand this. And I'm going to piggyback off of what you said also. I was an alcoholic. I call myself a recovered alcoholic. And some of the same things you touched on are some of the same exact things I went through. I'm talking about I kept a job. I always kept a job. I always would go to work. But like you said, at a point of time, I got so tired, Taylor. I got tired, and it was one big thing that really hit me. When my kids looked at me, I seen my oldest daughter look at me and just do this. And she don't even know that I've seen it, but that day it hit home in me. It just motivated me to be like, you know what, man, this bottle, this liquor, because I can drink with the best of it. That's my thing. I would drink, get up. If I needed a beer, I didn't have the shakes like you said and stuff like that. But drinking is my thing. It runs in my family. It's kind of like I'm predisposed to it anyway because it runs in my family. My dad was an alcoholic. So I'm just trying to break this trend. And that's why I created this thing. And I love the way you came in and you shared that, because alcohol, like you said, it does not have any race on it. Alcohol don't have no race on it, because when it hits you, it hits you. And we need to understand that in addiction, there is always opportunities for us to get out. We just got to choose the right one. And I'm so glad that you chose to stay on that path, man, because I know how hard it is, because it's a lot of people like right now, like when I tried to get you on the show, you had your sponsor telling you, kind of, I had the same thing. I had family members asking me, well, why are you, I understand it. I'm happy for you that you're doing good and you're out of rehab. But why are you doing YouTube? My thing was, this is my vice. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I get on here and I communicate and conversate with people that I do not know, but we share the same background. We share the same story. I can relate to them. They can relate to me. If we can reach one person, Taylor, every time I do a live, I can reach one person, I'm doing something. At the same time, this was motivates me. This will keep me on the straight and narrow. And I reach out and find friends, lifelong friends. That the people that I have guests on here, we are friends. We communicate on a daily basis. So Taylor, if it's anytime that you would love to come on this show and you would love to give the viewers updates on your path, I'm wide open. Like I said, this channel is just a little over a year. Since I've been out. It's been as long as I started this since I've been out, almost 2 years. So we are really doing great. And like I said, Taylor, thank you. I know it was kind of like a rush thing, but
in God's time and everything works out.
I know what you just laid out. Hey, I can't even come behind that. There you have it, everybody. I'm telling you, I can just drop the mic.
All we got is today, man. Like when I got certified in that, like when I got set in the fact yesterday is done, I know I'm not drinking today. I might drink tomorrow. I can't guarantee you. I can't talk about the future, but I know for today I'm not drinking. I know God's got me today, so I got that daily reprieve, and I know it's like overwhelming when you're like, oh my gosh, I can't drink for the rest of my life. What is the rest of your life? None of us know. I know I'm not drinking today. Like, that's all I gotta worry about. I just gotta stay sober today. It's really not like, when you break it down to today, it's not that overwhelming. It level sets me because I'm a future tripper for real. So I just gotta get through today. I just gotta be the best version of me today. Like, if I make anybody upset, if I piss anybody off, like, I deal with that when I get home at night, when I'm thinking about, I'm reflecting on my day, and I make those apologies and I move on. Like, I let that go. You just can't go through life with that weight on you. That's what takes us out. And I'm so blessed to be here in the right mind. And, I'm glad to see you doing this channel, glad to help out, glad to see more people that look like us talking about it openly, because that's what's fueling me right now. It's like, I know I'm not the only one. I know you're not the only one. So like, if more Black men, Black women, can just hold each other up through this crazy journey, because life is crazy and there's nothing we can do about it, but here we are.
You're right. So I said I wasn't gonna really keep you long because I know you got some things you gotta do. But I would love for you to play this game.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, we're gonna jump right into it, but this is Sink or Swim, everybody. Let's go.
Hey, we're here playing Sink or Swim.
Okay, everybody, that's the intro. This is Sink or Swim. I will play the game with Taylor today. Okay, Taylor, I'm gonna ask you the first question. What are your thoughts about mental health?
Don't even get me started. We ain't got enough time in the day. Mental health is so important. The same way people have New Year's resolutions to get in the gym. I want to lose weight. You got to get your mind and your spirit right. I just recently signed up. There's an app called BetterHelp. It is covered by insurance. There's financial aid available. You can put in your specifications. It will match you with, if I looked for a Black Christian-based therapist, it matched me to somebody in Texas. We talk online once a week. There's so many. There's a Talkiatry app I just found out that has licensed psychiatrists. Again, they take insurance. There's payment plans. I know accessibility and insurance can be an issue, but there's so many things out there that I think people are just scared to reach out. They don't know, their mom or their dad told them, oh, we don't do that. You better pray about it. You can pray about it, but you can talk to a professional too. So I'll say mental health needs to trump those, physical goals, your life goals. That stuff is all gonna be there. If your head and your spirit aren't right, it's gonna be real hard to get physically right, achieve those goals, opening a business. You can't open a business and be a successful entrepreneur dealing with depression and anxiety, because how you gonna run your business? So you gotta get to that trauma. It might be trauma that you didn't realize. Like I said, I consider myself a trauma survivor now because I've gone through that process, but I would have, if you asked me 6 months ago, I would have said, oh no, I didn't have any trauma. Nothing crazy happened to me in my life. I made my life hard being a hard-headed, stubborn teenager, but mental health is just so important, and it really just needs to be uplifted, and, access the help from the privacy of your home, from your phone. Everybody don't have to know your business. It's okay. Yeah. You got to do what you got to do for you.
And I'm glad you said that, because communication and everything, it's out there. We got these phones in our hands and it's out there. Everybody that's out there watching right now, if you are seeking help and you need help, you use the phone to do everything else. Please look in that phone. There are plenty of resources that you can reach out to. You don't have to be in your hometown to do it. Any of the resources. So everybody check into those resources if you are trying to seek help. We'll get to the next question, Taylor. What are you happy about at this moment, and why?
Wow, that is, I struggle. One of the things I have to do every day is to say 5 things that I'm grateful for, and my perspective on life is so different than it was 170 days ago. That I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be breathing. I'm happy to be sober, of course. I'm happy to be, doing what I love professionally. I'm just happy to be living life. This is life, and I'm not rich. I'm not living in a mansion. I'm not driving my Mercedes G-Wagon yet. I say yet because it's coming.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't have all the material things that I want right now, but my spirit is healing. My soul is healing, and my faith in my God is my heart. My heart is different now. My heart is so full, and I just, I can't put words to that feeling of peace when I go to sleep at night, and I'm not, just worrying about nothing, worrying about stuff that hasn't even happened. So that freedom is so real. So I'm happy to be happy and be here.
Thank you. To the next question. Finish this sentence. My name is Taylor, and I am...
I am blessed and highly favored. I hate to preach to y'all today, but I ain't ashamed to preach to y'all today. I am blessed and highly favored, because some of us don't make it, and that's just the very scary reality of this disease. Some of us do not make it. Some of us go out and never get a chance to you know, it's that thought is, you know, one more time, one more hit, one more drink, and we don't all make it. So I am blessed and highly favored, because I could have been on the other side of the dirt right now, and I'm not.
Nice thing. Next question. Who is Taylor?
We still trying to figure that out. I know what I've discovered so far is, you know, my love, my kindness, my genuineness. I'm real. I am as loyal as they come. Like, I'm a great person, but I have a lot of work to do, and I have a lot of things that I can be better at, and I'm a work in progress. So I am finally letting God order my steps, and I just try to get up every day, show up, and follow where he's leading me. I'm on this crazy adventure, but I'm just putting one foot in front of the other, staying prayed up and doing the best I can. And I hope that in a few years, if you ask me that question again, I can give you some more substance to that. But I'm still in the baby phases of figuring that out.
Our next question. What makes you smile in recovery?
Being sober, not feeling sick, not the money I'm saving. I can, I mean, the community, the you know, like you were just saying, just the fact that you can connect with so many. I've met so many amazing people that I never, you know, we in life, our paths just wouldn't have crossed. It's not like they're any better or worse than me, but we don't run in the same circles. So the connections that I'm making, the relationships that I'm building, it's beautiful, man. Life in recovery is really, really beautiful. So that definitely makes me smile, and I do not miss, thank God that desire to drink has been lifted, but I don't miss it. I spent enough time drunk. Like, it's cool. I'm not missing anything. So my first sober holidays and all that, like, it doesn't make me a little anxious, but I'm feeling really, really good, really encouraged, just being in this state of mind of recovery and not where I was 6 months ago.
Great. And you're doing an awesome job. Last question. Finish this sentence. Today I will not.
I'm not going to drink today. That's all I can get you. I don't know about everything else, but that's what I'm not going to do today. So
Man,
for that, I'm blessed and thankful for that. But I'm not going to drink today. But everything else, you know, like I said, might drink tomorrow, may drink this weekend. I have no idea, but today I'm not.
Awesome job, Taylor. Thank you so much. For giving me this chance to, you know, pick your brain, and also having a chance for you to come on here and share some insight on what's going on. Look, everybody, addiction is very, very prevalent in today's time. A lot of people do not speak up on it. But Mr. Show Out TV, this is my platform. For anyone who want to come on here and share their story, we will try to motivate, we're trying to inspire people. And today, Taylor did exactly that. Thank you again, Taylor. I'm always here. You got the number. We are friends on Facebook. So anything you need, whenever you want to come on here, you're more than welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate your time. And like I said earlier, you know, I just hope that somebody gets the message, and, you know, there are people here for you, and I'm happy to be, you know, if you feeling like you want to drink, like, I'm getting to that point where I'm like, look, call me, email me, text me. Like, I'm happy to help this in any kind of way that I can, because I remember it wasn't that long ago that I was in that dark place where I couldn't see my way out, but there is a way out.
Thank you so much for that. And also to you and your path, I wish you none but the best. I mean, you're a great motivation. Even if you don't have 2, 3, 4 years in, you're on the right path, Taylor. Just continue to grind, and continue just to keep your mind. I see that you're very, very headstrong, and I see that you are very, very determined. So you got it, girl. Just continue to push, and whatever you need, if you need me for anything like that, just contact me, and I also will be contacting you. I'm still fresh, and you just beginning. So, you know, we got time on our hands. This recovery thing, it just do not stop just like over a couple of years. We will be living this for a while. So,
yep.
Thank you again.
Thank you
for just giving me the chance to talk to you, and also continue, and plenty blessings. happy holidays to you and the family.
The same to you. I'll see you later.
Thank you. There y'all have it, everybody. Miss Taylor. Thank you again for blessing the show today. It's Mr. Show on TV, everybody. Y'all know how I do. This is like a blessing for me, man. Everybody, this is what I love to do. This is y'all need to understand this. This is my passion. I love to talk to people. I love to try to inspire people. And if I can't inspire the person, hopefully my guests can. Hopefully some of my reels that I do. The thing is, we sometimes need a little motivation. Sometimes we need a little push. Sometimes the people around us ain't giving you enough push. Some people are just content with you being what you are. But change doesn't come overnight. You have to put in the work. A lot of people ask me, man, how you doing it? And I just remember last year, man, it was all over the place. My answer today is God did it. It wasn't me. I can't do this on my own. I give all the glory to God. This is what I stand for, everybody. It's Mr. Show on TV, Addiction and Recovery. If you just tuned into this broadcast right now, this is the time for you to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you share this broadcast. And Miss Taylor came in, blew the house down. I wish her none but the best in her recovery. She definitely is headstrong. She got her mind right. And I can see that she is fearless. And that's where we have to be in our recovery. That's where we have to be in our sobriety. We have to be fearless. We have to have that mentality that we can do this. We can do it, everybody. The holidays are coming up. Mental health and depression will be high. If you are in recovery right now, if you are going through your sobriety right now, these are the times when issues and you might start to reflect on old things. You know, the holidays coming around and parties, get-togethers. And some of them things might just trigger you. I'm telling everybody to stay focused. Be aware of their triggers. We are creating something special, y'all. We are creating something special, everybody. I need all y'all to jump on board with me. And Mr. Show on TV, I'm trying to take this to new heights. We are doing something crazy. We are doing something so special, everybody. And I love to motivate people. And I love to get them that little courage that they need. And like I said, thank you, Miss Taylor, for blessing us today. She came in, y'all, and she tore the house down. And I appreciate her coming in today. Also, everybody, my backup channel, if you are interested in sports, news, media, and entertainment and gossip, my new channel, Dude and Them Discussions. Y'all check that out. Try to say y'all see the logo, see that? Dude and Them Discussions, everybody. That is my new channel. It's called Dude and Them Discussions. And it's already trying to take off, everybody. So everybody be on the lookout for Dude and Them Discussions. To go subscribe to that right now. DUDE apostrophe NEM Discussions. Go check that out right now. That's my bag up channel. And we trying to get that up and running. So the holidays are coming up, right, everybody? I wish y'all nothing but the best. I wish everybody peace, tranquility. I wish everybody nothing but happiness. We're in our addiction. For the ones that are in our addiction and they're battling right now, continue to fight. Continue to stay strong and continue to be fearless. And we just listened to Miss Taylor and all the things that she went through. She had that little window of opportunity and she took it. That's what we have to do in addiction. You have to believe in yourself. And you have to take those opportunities to get away from your addiction. It's Mr. Show Out TV, everybody. Y'all know how I do. I hope everybody enjoyed this broadcast today. Thanks again, Miss Taylor, for coming in and dropping number these jewels. This is Mr. Show Out TV. Subscribe to my channel, everybody. Also, share this broadcast. Share this episode. This will be a great episode for you to watch over the fireplace with your families during Christmas. You know, because everybody has something that's going on. So share this broadcast. Mr. Show Out TV. Continue to subscribe. Continue to share the message. We are creating something special. Continue to look out for my new channel, my backup channel, Dude Now. Hey, this is Mr. Show Out TV. We creating something special. Thanks again, Miss Taylor. Show Out. Yeah.
Welcome to Mr. Show Out TV Recovery and Addiction YouTube channel, where we hope to inspire those battling addiction. Please subscribe and like the channel. Make sure you click the notification bell to get notified whenever we broadcast. Thank you and enjoy the show. To support the channel, you can send donations to Cash App $Mr. Show Out TV. So please don't wait, subscribe now. Together we can help and give inspiration to millions of people.
What's up, everyone? It's Mr. Show Out TV, and thank you for choosing my channel to come to for great content about addiction and recovery related topics. Let's continue to inspire those in addiction. Let's continue to make a difference. Let's continue to subscribe, everyone. Continue to subscribe. Continue to hit them like button. Let's get these likes up, and continue also remind yourself to hit the notification bell, so when anytime I go live, you will be notified. Let's continue to inspire those in addiction. Thank you so much for choosing my platform to come to for great content. Continue to watch my videos and continue to share the message. Mr. Show Out TV. Yeah.